Good morning.
Distinguished guest.
Welcome to another edition to Tell the Truth. I'm your host, Rich Jones, a game show in which our panel tries to discern from our guest who is telling the truth. We were unable to come up with a distinguished panel, so we invited Grayson Peatgrass and Christy Lawler to help us determine who is the real Dave Theis.
Hi, I'm Dave Theis.
Well, hello, my name is Dave Theis.
Hi, I'm Dave Theis.
Dave Theis was employed for a period of time doing a work in which he believed that he was helping others. And then he's gone someplace else where he's working. Hopefully he will be helping others. So we are going to determine who is Dave Theis and what is he up to. We begin our questioning this evening with Grayson Peatgrass.
Contestant number 3. What branch of the military service did you serve in?
Well, I joined the only branch that a true man should join, and the only one that could possibly give me the thrill-seeking that I desired, so I decided to join the U.S. Coast Guard, where I would jump out of helicopters from high up in the air, straight into the water, and save people.
Number 1. What branch of the service did you serve in?
Well, I joined the Navy, and I went into submarines way down deep. It was great.
And number 2. What branch of the service did you serve in?
Well, Grayson, I actually began my service in the Army until I discovered that there was something far better than the Army, the Marine Corps. Oh.
Contestant number 1. How do you get out of a challenging situation?
I have a little saying that I go by. It is improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Number 3. How do you get out of a challenging situation?
Well, I've discovered that one of the most effective means when you're a big guy to get out of a difficult situation is to weep openly in front of other men. It generally diffuses the situation, and oftentimes people will come to your aid.
And contestant number 2.
Well, being a card-carrying member of the NRA, I find that a gun can often help in a sticky situation.
Number 2. What is your favorite food?
Well, one of my favorite foods is sashimi.
And contestant number 3. What is your favorite food?
I've always found great joy in chocolate milk and cookies.
And number 1.
Anything with gravy all over it.
Mr. Theis used the phrase, when disciplining his boys. What was the phrase? Number 2.
Son, why don't you go sit in that timeout chair for a few minutes and think about what you've done?
Number 3.
Come to me, my blessed little children, that I might depart in knowledge of the Lord upon you.
And number 1. What is your answer?
Boy, what'd I tell you?
We were told that the real Dave Theis had a quad accident, resulting in a delicate situation. What was that delicate situation? Number 1.
I don't really like to talk about it, but let's just say only Jesus can walk on water.
Number 3.
Well, I, at that point, had the great privilege that my new boss and pastor got to pull cactus stickers out of my rumpus.
And number 2.
Well, I was teaching my boys how to ride a wheelie on the quad and ended up running into my wife's truck.
Thank you. And now we turn to Christy Lawler to continue the questioning of our contestants.
Number 1, we know that Dave uses the first name Dave, but what is your real first name?
Jehoshaphat.
Number 2,
Cletus.
and number 3.
My first name is James.
Okay, number 3, who is your favorite NASCAR driver?
Well, one of the things that I've always struggled with watching NASCAR is that it's primarily consisting of left-hand turns. So I've actually discovered that Danica Patrick is my favorite driver. She has the ability to turn both left and right during her racing, which I think is phenomenal.
Number 1, how would you answer that question?
Kyle Busch is my all-time favorite, number 18. Woohoo!
And number 2, who is your
Driver.
favorite NASCAR driver?
Well, none other than the great Jimmy Johnson. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I see each of you have dolls. Contestant number 2, can you tell me why you have that doll?
Well, Christy, I think you're referring to my action figure. She's part of the Borg Collective.
Looks like a doll to me. Number 3, how do you express to your wife how much you like or dislike a particular meal?
Woman, what is this stuff you put on my plate?
Number 1, how do you express to your wife how much you like or dislike a particular meal?
If I dislike it, I tell her that she has perfected that meal and never, ever needs to make that again.
And number 2, how would you answer that question?
Well, I'm a card-carrying member of the NRA, so I say thank you for the target practice.
Now, we pulled a fast one on you. As you can tell, none of the panel is Dave Theis, but he is here, out in the audience this morning. So will the real Dave Theis please stand up?